Pokemon Legends ZA is going to be taking place exclusively in Lumiose City, but what if this is not the case? What if we actually do get to have more to this game? What if the map actually expands to Southern Kalos later on? I think it's really possible that we could be getting a DLC like a couple months after the game is released that could reveal Southern Kalos to us. I feel like this is probably one of the only times we're going to have this opportunity until the Pokemon X and Y remakes, which are literally probably more than 12 years away. I don't think we're anywhere near the X and Y remakes. First of all, we have to get the Black and White remakes, and second of all, we got to get the Black and White 2 remake. Southern Kalos, if you don't already know, has been a thing obviously since the Kalos region came out, but it's been like a mystery. We don't know why we never actually specifically never were able to go there. The biggest rumor and theory out there is that since Pokemon and Game Freak were planning on releasing Pokemon Z, which would have been kind of like, how Black and White 2 is the sequel to Black and White, or like Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are not, remakes of Sun and Moon, but they are like an addition to those games. So Pokemon Z would have been another version like that apparently, which would have been super cool, and a lot of people think that would have been the game where we got to explore Southern Kalos. I think there was like a beta leaked version or something of the original Kalos map that apparently showed the Southern Kalos area, which I can't confirm the legitimacy of this, but apparently there were also kind of like hints throughout the game of there possibly being a Southern Kalos area, which we just never got to see officially. The map even literally looks like it's been cut off at the bottom. Roads and railways seem to lead down there, which kind of lead to nowhere almost, which suggests that the Kalos region was supposed to have more that was going to be explorable in either a future game or just planned, I guess, in general, and then just kind of scrapped. So the reason why we didn't get Pokemon Z is most likely just because whenever Nintendo, Game Freak, whatever, the Pokemon company would drop a third game, whether or not it's a sequel or if it's like a, additional game, they just don't perform as well. The third versions of games just never perform that well for them in comparison to the original ones. Even though, Black and White 2 are completely different games than Black and White, it could have also been like a technical constraint, maybe the 3DS just couldn't handle like a big map like that, even though I don't think that's the issue, but some people bring that up. We were supposed to get a game based completely on Zygarde. That's where Legends ZA comes to play. Legends ZA could be the game where we eventually get to see Southern Kalos. If we do, I think it'll be in a DLC. That's the most likely place, or even a post game. After we complete the entire main storyline, we could have a post game where we could travel to Southern Kalos. Just kind of like imagine how in the Scarlet and Violet DLC, we could just like quick fast travel to, the Blueberry Academy or Kitakami, that type of thing, where it's like, where we're not going to actually be like walking there like throughout the entire Kalos region, rather we're just going to be like teleporting there kind of. Now, I know this is a stretch because Game Freak have been really promoting Legends ZA as taking place specifically in Lumiose City, which I think is cool. First of all, let me say, I think it's kind of cool that this game is taking place in Lumiose City because we've never had a Pokemon game just like this as far as the mainline games go, and it's not like every other Pokemon game coming out in the future is going to be taking place only in a city. Like, this is probably a one-time thing where they're having this game take place solely in a city. So I think it's actually going to be pretty cool, and I am looking forward to it, especially since I like Kalos, I like Lumiose City. I think it's going to be really cool. And since Legends ZA is on the Switch and the Switch 2, obviously the Switch/the Switch 2 can be a game that's way bigger than any game on the 3DS, right? We have the capability to go play pretty big games. Still think that the Legends ZA map in Lumiose City is going to be pretty big. I do think that map is going to be sizable. I do think we're going to be able to walk around and hopefully go in a lot of buildings. I really hope that a lot of buildings are open for us to go in. I think that would make this game so much better and add so much personality, especially since, through those houses and like buildings and apartments or whatever, we could meet a ton of new NPCs, new characters, hopefully get some like exclusive Pokemon that we could only get maybe by like trading a random NPC or something like that. I really enjoy stuff like that in Pokemon games because it makes it pretty special, and it's like, more memorable if we have those little random kind of things just like that. We could even get like a Let's Go Kalos style game that would bring us into Southern Kalos. The thing is with like the future of remakes, it's kind of unknown. Like, I do think we're getting Black and White remakes. I definitely think Black and White remakes are going to be happening, but then as far as like when we start getting to the 3D Pokemon games like X and Y, Sun and Moon, are they going to be remaking those games, or are we just going to get maybe like a Let's Go style type of game, or are we going to get a remastered version where it's literally just the same exact game, kind of like, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl should have been called a remaster, not a remake, because it was literally just the same game, just with more modern graphics. But let's just say, for example, we do get another X and Y remake / remaster, whatever you want to call it. That could also be where we could explore the southern part of the map in an additional kind of part of those games to make it something for people to buy, like make that the reason why people want to be playing another X and Y game. Although I would rather see it in ZA. I think it would be awesome, because if Legends ZA expands the map to not only Lumiose City, but to Southern Kalos, like in a post game or a DLC, because first of all, you bet I'd be paying money for a DLC if we get Southern Kalos, especially since DLCs typically aren't like a ton of money. The Scarlet and Violet one I think was like $35 or something, if I'm not mistaken. I can't really remember, it was a long time ago. But imagine like all the lore, we could have so much more playtime in the game, and if it is a DLC rather than post game, it would bring me back to the game. It would bring millions of other players back to the game. So that would be really awesome to see. I know I would love to see Southern Kalos, because I always wish that the Kalos map was bigger, and I wish we had more to explore. I love the Kalos map. I love Pokemon X and Y. They're some of my favorite Pokemon games of all time. I don't know why. They're just super nostalgic for me, and I really like them. So I think that would be cool. A lot of people, though, don't want this game to be taking place only in Lumiose City, which is definitely understandable. Like, I totally understand that idea right there. But for those people, you know, if we have a post game or a DLC where we get to go to the expanded Southern Kalos area, that would definitely be a selling point for this game as well, because first of all, Southern Kalos is such a mystery. We don't really know anything about it at all. Also, I know this is late in the video, but if you're watching this far in the video and you're not subscribed to the channel, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe and turn those post notifications. I'm trying to reach 30,000 subscribers before the end of the summertime, so any sport goes such a long way. I also have a second channel where I post a bunch of like live stream clips and also some exclusive videos over there, as well as my channel membership, where, you know, if you become a channel member or even join my Patreon, I give you guys some exclusive bonus content over there. So no worries. If not, though, obviously I'm always going to be giving you guys this content anyways. So anyways, back to the rest of the video. But yeah, I would just love to see Southern Kalos, and I do think ZA is the way to go. I really do think that Legends ZA is the perfect way to give us some expanded, you know, Kalos map areas, I guess I'll say, and for another selling point, and to bring us back to the game, you know, after we play through it all. And then, you know, 6 months goes by, and then boom, a DLC, Southern Kalos. We get a pretty big nature kind of wild area to go down, maybe some new cities and stuff. It is unlikely, like, I'm not trying to get your hopes up, because I think this is unlikely, but I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. And this has to be a topic that Game Freak are talking about behind the scenes. Like, there's no way that they're not talking about Southern Kalos, or like, there's no way that Southern Kalos was never brought up with Pokemon Legends ZA. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. And also, I didn't even know that the ZA pre-orders went live a couple of days ago on the Pokemon Center website. I swear it said it was going to be live after the Pokemon Presents or something like that, or maybe I just forgot, because my memory low-key is really bad, guys. You know, fun fact, fun Fundores lore, my memory is really bad. I forget things like crazy, which I was hoping to get the ZA pre-order, the physical copy from Pokemon Center, because they're giving out, you know, free plush with your pre-order. So hopefully they could restock that, because I would love to get a plush. I mean, if not, it's no worries. I'm sure I could go to Target the day of the game's release and probably go to the store and buy it, which is probably what I'll end up doing. That's what I did for Scarlet and Violet. Now, I wish that we got like different other pre-order bonuses from like Target or Walmart or GameStop. Maybe we will, like maybe they're still going to announce that. I don't see why they wouldn't, because, you know, like sometimes Target will have like a poster where like Game Freak will have a statue, or like Walmart will have a pin set or something like that. So I love pre-order bonuses, and I would love to get one from the Pokemon Center website. I think they did say they're going to restock the game on the website, but I don't know if they're going to actually be restocking the plush. But I guess we'll see. So I just figured I'd bring that up, because I know there are some of you guys that probably wanted this plush as well. But as of right now, it seems like it's out of stock. But of course, if you want this game digitally, you could pre-order it anytime on your Switch digitally, on your Switch 1 or your Switch 2. So I would prefer the physical copy. I like physical games because it's really cool to see the artwork and, you know, have it on my shelf. Especially Pokemon games, like specifically, like sure, other games I may not really mind, you know, but like as far as Pokemon games go, I love the artwork of them, and I love having them on my shelf in my collection. So hopefully they do some more pre-orders with the bonus. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notifications, and let me know what you think about Southern Kalos. Do you want to see Southern Kalos in Legends ZA in a DLC? Like I said earlier, I don't think it would make sense for them to just give us Southern Kalos like as well as Lumiose City right off the bat. That's why I think if we were to get Southern Kalos, it would literally only be within a DLC or a post-game content type of thing, where we complete everything and then we get access to Southern Kalos. Here's the thing as well, like we still don't have everything revealed. Game Freak still needs to drop a couple more trailers. A lot of things are still going to be coming out with this game, which is cool. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you are a real one watching this far in the video, comment down below fried chicken, just to confuse the people that aren't watching this far in the video. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. It really does go a long way, guys. You guys are awesome. If you want to chat with me or Nintendo, join the Discord down below. I know I'm plugging this really late in the video, but anyways, hope you guys have a good day. Peace out.